Hey, what's up guys? This is Bellagio. I hope you guys are doing well. Coconut water is good for you. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. In today's video, we are going to talk about Kizuna, and I want to share my opinion about these two units. So the first is Shinobu Otama. I think they're just so-so, not that very good in game mode. However, if you are big in PvP, I think this unit might have potential. And the team that I'm going to be interested in is this Land of Wano Arc version of Slasher. I'm going to show you real quick. I haven't actually tried it out. Maybe I should try it out and then do the video showcase for you. But this would be the team that I think could have a good potential on it, honestly. So, yeah. If you're big in PvP, maybe considering pulling this unit might not be bad. But again, you should have all the other units. Otherwise, it's meaningless. So you don't have to pull them if you don't have Kaido, Big Mom, and Momo Yamato. So if you don't have those two units, don't worry about it, student. Don't pull, pretty much. Alright, let's jump into the team preparation of Kizuna. So, as always, quick introduction about my table here. The top part is the gimmicks of the two units. Top part is the special and the captain's ability of the two units. I put them down here so that you can stop my video anytime and check it out. And then on the left hand side, this part here, this portion is about boss's info, stage 1, 2, 3, and then the preemptive gimmicks. And then this white portion here is the team that I will be talking about. The first one is the full batch case, and then the non-full batch case, and then there could be scenarios 1 where you pull one of the units here. Yeah, scenario 1 and 2 actually. And then we'll move on to the int boss version. Alright, let's start with the strength boss version. The first thing I want to talk about is maybe this is the mistake Bandai made. Preemptive on Battle 1, it says that Slasher, Striker, and Cerebral are going to get reduction on special charge time, switch effect and all those stuff. But if you notice, look at these two units here, you see Free Spirit, Slasher, Free Spirit, and Striker. So it would make more sense if this is Slasher, Striker, and Free Spirit, not Cerebral. And it would make even more sense right here on stage 3. It says that the weakness of the boss is Free Spirit. So I would really think, not sure, but I think that it's just a typo here on the description. So the actual gameplay, it will boost Free Spirit, but that we will have to verify on Tuesday when the event starts. So as of now, we don't know for sure. If this is not a mistake on the description, let's say if the in-games they also boost Cerebral and they don't boost Free Spirit, then then I don't know. I hope some of you guys, it's not going to affect my team, but some of you guys, if you build teams based on Free Spirit and not Cerebral, you might have some, you might have some problems. But we'll have to check again on Tuesday. Anyway, in my team here that I'm presenting you, both teams are going to be Free Spirit focus, but the second class can be fulfilled because they are either Slasher or Strikers. And yeah, second class, they could be Cerebral as well. We'll talk about that later. But let's move on to the first team, the full batch case. Pretty straightforward. If you have full batch case, this team here, if you have full batch case, basically you don't need anything else but the full batch units. On stage 2, these guys will give you, Dex chance up, and then Dex will become unfavorable slot, and then they will random your slot. And because of you have Otama Shinobu as your captain, Dex will become Wano slot. So it's almost, I would say most of the time you get almost a full board of one slot on stage 2. All you have to do is here, just launch the Rare Recruit Yamato Special. That will take care of the 6-turn defense up. It will give you chain boost. It will also give you thresholds defense. So you don't have to worry about the 80,000 damage, death damage of the enemies. So launch Rare Recruit Yamato Special and hit, pretty much. Stage 3, this chain growth rate will be taken care by your captain. And then all you have to do is launch your captain special, your friend captain special. These will take care of these 2 gimmicks. And then launch the superclass of your captain. And then that will take care of the territory and the poison. And then you hit and clear. Pretty easy. On my team here that I'm showing you, I put down Apu and Drake, Big Mom and Kaido, and then the last unit. I mean, all those 3 units can be changed later. The reason I put them there is just because they are strength and slasher, which I think would, I don't know, would probably benefit the team the most, but they can be changed, as I said. Alright, so the second scenarios here is non-full batch case. So let's move on to this one. So the non-full batch case, I'm using the Lubon and Kuma because I assume that you guys, majority of us, will have these combination, and they are by far probably the best 2 units, the best combo in the game. So having them as a captain and crew will basically help you deal with so many in-game modes from now on. Alright, the next unit I like to mention is Zoro and Sanji. So Zoro and Sanji here can do almost the exact same thing as Rare Recruit Yamato. Start with Zoro version because Zoro version is a slasher, and I'm pretty sure slasher will get boost. So if you start with Zoro, then his special will be full, his super switch will be full. So all you have to do is super switch them as the first thing, and then launch its special. That will take care of 6 turns of defense up. It will also give you boost chain multi. Does the exact same thing as Yamato's special, Rare Recruit Yamato. The only thing that is not given to you is the death damage protection. So that's why I paired it with this Bartholomew. I hope you guys have this Bartholomew version. If you don't, there's another alternative, which is the Yamato, Oiran Yamato here. You can launch her EX. Her EX is, there's a requirement on the EX. You need to have basically 3 of the units of the Straw Hats, and we can fulfill that because we have Lubon, Zoro, Sanji, and then Nami. So you can launch Yamato EX here to give yourself a Rainbow Shield, and yeah, that should reduce the death damage of 80,000 K. So that's all you need to do, and then just hit and kill. The third stage is, this is where it gets a little tricky. Oh, by the way, second stage here, you can launch Luffy special, because on third stage, you cannot launch Luffy special. Keep that in mind. The reason is because if you launch Luffy special, it will give enemy delay, and if it delay, it's going to trigger the delay interruption, and it's going to remove all your beneficial. Okay, so you cannot use Lubon special on third stage. Keep that in mind. Okay, but you can launch Kuma. No problem on that. All right, so stage 3, what you have to do is you launch Shinobu Otama friend captain special, combine that with Nami. This Nami special, her special can be launched even though the crew special is reduced by 1 turn, but this Nami will not be, her special will be full. Yeah, And then launching her special together with your friend captain, that would get rid of 10 turn resilience. And Nami will reduce special of the whole crew by 1. Therefore, you can launch Kuma special. You can even launch Yamato special. But keep in mind, do not launch Luffy special. And then you just hit. Last thing is launch the Shinotama superclass. And then you just hit, and then you should be able to kill. This team here, I think, should carry you up really high in terms of boss level. Could be, I think, above 70, 80 easily because of Luffy, Bonnie, boost really high. All right. What if you happen to pull some of the units? So let's give you an example of what if you pull Yamato, the rare recruit Yamato. So of course you have to replace her with the oil run Yamato. But then because you have rare recruit Yamato, you don't have to worry about second stage anymore. This unit here, Sanji, Zoro here, you don't even need them. You can replace it with anything else. Okay, you can put Vegapunk or whatsoever. So keep in mind that I didn't mention. Keep in mind that Shinobu, your friend captain, needs 4 units that have to be Wano, Arc, Paramethea, or Child. Lubon and Kuma, they are both Paramethea. So if you don't remove Rubon and Kuma and the friend captain, you already have 3 in the team. So the other one could be any Wano. Anyway, if you have this Yamato, you fulfill this condition. All right. Yeah, so if you happen to pull Yamato, you can remove this and then replace with anything that you want. And if you don't have this, you can replace her with anything that help you reduce resilience. So it doesn't have to be her anymore in that case. But make sure that you have to deal with the 1 turns crew special charge time reverse. So don't forget about that. Now, what if you pull Shinobu? If you pull Shinobu Otama, then I would suggest you to remove Lubon and Kuma. You remove both of them together, and then use the captain of Shin Otama. Okay, and as I said, the slot of Kuma can be replaced with anything. And yeah, you might not need her anymore because your special of your captain and your friend captain now can get rid of 10 turns of resilience. So you might not need Nami anymore, but you need someone that, of course, you need someone to reduce crew's special charge time so that you can launch this person and then her to give you more damage. Yeah, and make sure that this slot here is Free Spirit or Slasher and Land of Wano or something like that. Okay, so that would be the case of if you happen to pull one of them. Now let's move on to the next version of boss, the In type. So they want you to bring Strength, Dex, and Psi. There are some exceptions because Lubon and Kuma, again, Lubon and Kuma are exception. They get boosted. There are two units that are boosted, but we'll go to that later. We'll talk about we'll first go over with the full batch version. On stage 2, I need to explain this a little bit. So it's gonna have 4 turns of barrier up, slot barrier, and you need at least 1 Wano orb to hit this. Okay, and then it's gonna give you poison slot. So basically everyone will get poison slot, and then they lock slot for 1 turn, and then 6 turn of resilience. And look at this, page 1 comes with 6 enemies. This is how Bandai tell us that they want you to use your Shinotama special on this stage. Alright, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna launch our friend Captain Shinotama special, so that get rid of 6 turn resilience, and then it will give us 5 turns of, I think 5 turns of attack boost, or 6 turn of attack boost. But anyway, at the end, after the special is launched, I believe it will come down to 5 turns. And then launch the Shinotama super class that will change the poison slot into matching slot. And if you're looking at my team here on the phone screen, I have Apu as my dex, the only unit that is dex. The others are strength. My thinking is that after I launch Shinotama super class, it will change all the poison slot into matching slot, meaning everyone except Apu will get strength slot. Apu slot will be dex slot, and then because of Shinotama's captain ability, it will convert that dex slot into Wano slot. So I have at least one Wano slot to hit, and therefore I said here Apu should have Wano slot, and then start hitting with Apu, and then you just clear this stage. And then comes to stage 3, what you will have is basically just normal type slot. Most of the team will have strength slot, and then what you will have here is you want to launch Roger Rayleigh Gaban V1 special, and that will get rid of 3 turns of pain. So pain will have to be dealt with first, and by doing that, you know, Roger Rayleigh Gaban special, it will give you attack boost, but you know, we should have at least 3 turns of attack boost carry on from stage 2. Therefore it should not trigger attack boost again here, and therefore will not trigger the interruption. However, Roger Rayleigh Gaban will trigger the slot change the first time, and it's only one time here interruption. So Roger Rayleigh Gaban's special will change your slot, and because of that it will trigger this slot change interruption, and then our enemy will give us block slot, but we don't have to worry about that. We just want to get rid of pain. Then that's why I brought Oden and the crew here, Kinemon, because if you launch that special, it will change all the block slot into Dex, and you know what? Dex will be converted to Vano. So at the end, we will end up with a full board Vano slot. That's my strategy of this team. And then, and then we launch Shinotama special that will take care of this, because we have full board Wano slot. We want to remove this. So Shinotama special will get rid of this and launch Yamato Rare Recruit special that will get rid of 6 turn defense off and 6 turn threshold, and also will take care of the death damage of 150,000k. Yeah, so pretty straightforward. You launch pretty much everyone's special, and then kill. In the case of non-full batch, I'm gonna make use of Lubon and Kuma combination again. Lubon and Kuma, even though they are int and they are not suggested here, but they are boosted. They are in the pool, boosted pool units. I can show you just to make sure that I'm not misunderstanding. So if you scroll down here, you will see that Luffy and Kuma are in here, and you get 1.5 times attack boost, stat boost, special charge time reduced by 15 turns. So yeah, they're good to use, and they are free spirit. So the weakness of the boss is free spirit. So you can use Kuma and Lubon combination again, and because of that, let me explain here. You're gonna get full bar of Rainbow Shield to start with. I mean the whole game actually. You're gonna get full bar of Rainbow Shield, and therefore because you have Rainbow Shield, it won't be able to turn those slots into poisons. Therefore you don't have to worry about this gimmicks. But again, the barriers, you have to launch Lubon special on stage 2 so that Lubon can hit through the barriers. You can put int support on Lubon so that everyone's not everyone's, I think only him and Kuma and maybe Zoro here who get will be able to hit through the barriers. Yeah. So that being said, launch Luffy special on second stage. The sequence doesn't matter here. You can launch whichever start first, or you can launch your friend Captain Shin Otama first. That's fine. The reason I said launch friend Captain Shin Otama here is because the 6 enemies here, you want to get 5 turns of attack up before you move on to stage 3. Alright, now on stage 3, the first thing you want to do is Roger Rerekabon again. Yes, because you want to get rid of pain first. And again, Roger Rerekabon should not trigger anything at all, because we already have attack boost here on stage 3. It should not give you any more attack boost, therefore it will not trigger the interruption of the attack boost. It's Rainbow Shield, so Roger Rerekabon cannot change that slot, therefore it should not trigger the interruption again. So Roger Rerekabon here is just to remove 3 turns of pain. Then next thing you want to do, super switch on Zoro. It will be dual version, and then you launch the special of Zoro Sanji. That should take care of these 2 gimmicks, 6 turns defense up and 6 turn thresholds. And then Shirahoshi Mantries, again, because we want to remove this. It's only 1 turn, but it's important. We got to remove it, otherwise your attack will be down by 90% or 99%, I'm not sure, but significantly down. So remove this out using Shirahoshi Mantries special. Right. And then again, you need Bartholomew's support to prevent the damage, death damage. If you don't have Bartholomew's support, you might have to look around what other support units that you can put into this team that can give you damage reduction. Let's just do that now. Luffy, let's see. Damage reduction. Reduce damage over change amount. Okay. Comes down to these 3 again. Oops. So if you don't have them, what can you use? Sorry. Let's see. How about permanent? Oh. Okay. Nope. How about turn? Ah. Yeah. I think any of these are good. You can even use this Yamato. Nope. This one you can for sure. 50%. Half damage, yeah. I was like looking for 50%, but I couldn't find it. Yeah. If you have this, you can plug this in to your Luffy. Or even this. Sorry, you can't. You can't. Emmet. If support character used special to apply lock chain multiplier. Nope, you can't. But there are some other choices. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. But best one is this Bartholomew version. Okay. The question is, if you don't have this Roger Relegabon, what can you use? I think that this unit is quite good. This Boa version, she can remove pain as well. Yeah, and she will not trigger any of this, so should be fine to use. I would recommend, if you don't have Roger Relegabon, you can use this Boa version. Now, questions come to, what if you happen to pull one of the units, one of the new units? Then what can you do? Okay, so let's start with this one. If you happen to pull Otama, I would just plug Otama down here, and then you can still keep using Lubon and Kuma. The Otama, the Shin Otama special, you can launch it the second time to on stage 3 to get rid of this. It's basically do the same thing as Shirahoshi version. Yeah, so you can just plug it in, replace Shirahoshi with Otama, and then you can use this team. Should still do very good damage. And then if you happen to pull Yamato, then just replace Yamato with this guy. basically this combination here is Yamato. So plug in Yamato and then you'll be done. Okay, so that would be my my team for the upcoming Kizuna, and my recommended team for any of you who can build it. If you like this video, please hit that like, and now if you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave me any message. I'll do my best to answer your questions. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care and happy Valentine's Day again.